My name is Eunice Keretai. My parents passed on many years ago, but I remember. But my dad has Maasai blood. My mom is Kikuyu. I grew up more with my mom. My mom was a teacher, my dad was a magistrate, and he worked out of home. So he was always away, coming over the weekend, and they were loving parents. And I went to boarding school at a very young age. Actually, I remember going to boarding school at class 3. So I spent a lot of time in boarding, and I would come home over the holidays. I grew up among siblings. We were 5 of us in the family, 3 girls, 2 boys. A happy family. We used to meet a lot, of course, over the holidays because I spent a lot of time in boarding school, like I told you. And my mom was with us most of the time. Dad always being away, but he was there for us. Going to Nanyuki, we have a farm in Nanyuki. Actually, I consider Nanyuki my second home. We have a farm in Nanyuki, and I remember my dad had this group of friends, you know, men and their wives, and they bought lots of land, and they did a ranch kind of. They bought cattle and sheep. And I remember most of the times we spent a lot of time there. What they used to do, they would go and slaughter goats and would go and enjoy there by the river and have a feast, actually. So we did that a lot among our cousins, among the friends of our dad's friends. So that's how I remember, of course, most of the times at Nyeri, because that's where we grew up. Then again, over the holidays would be shipped to my grandmother, where my mom came from. She was very nice, a place that has a very big forest around it, where we would just go and see the wildlife because it was a walking distance just to go to the forest and see. Our uncles would take us there to see the wildlife. The experience was amazing. Actually, let me just go back a little bit and talk about my dad, because I grew up seeing my dad plant anything, be it a tree, be it a plant. Our place was like a forest. He planted a lot of trees, he did, actually, every weekend my dad would come home and he would spend most of his days on Saturdays planting trees. So we had like a kind of a forest around us. He loved nature. And then my grandmother's place, it borders the forest. There's a place called Zaina Forest. The place is called Jogwini. Jogwini actually means the place has very many elephants. So we used to go to nature, and I grew up loving nature. And I think that is how to date, I'm a hiker, and I visit nature. Any forest I come across where I can access when I'm not hiking, every Saturday, I'm going to the forest. I've growing up later and seeing Wangari Maathai. I come from Teto. Wangari Maathai was our MP back then, and seeing what Wangari Maathai did, and I was proud of knowing her and that she came from where I come from, and seeing how she fought to maintain and to keep the forests and to make sure that the forests and the trees are not being destroyed. I realized that a lot can be destroyed. You know, forests can be destroyed very easily. You know, people being very mean and being hungry, because that is just a bit about hungry for money, because you're destroying the forest so that you can build houses and make money out of it. So my experience has been loving this, you know, growing up and becoming a hiker and loving going. Actually, I've visited like about over 14 forests, you know, where you see how, actually you see how some of the places are so virgin. You can actually tell the land is just virgin land, full of trees. Let me just say, most of the places I've gone to are where there are waterfalls. So any place like Ragia Forest, Kimakia Forest, all the places that have a waterfall, I've been. And it has been a great experience because actually, at my age now, I didn't expect to have gone to the places I've gone to. Some of the hikes that I've gone to, like the Elephant Hill, which is one of the toughest hills, I've managed to do Elephant Hill. So it's been an experience. For me, it's a journey. Actually, I've done my workout regime now a bit back from how I got myself here. I've done this for over 24 years. Not the hike. My hike started like about 5 years ago. But before then, I've had my experience of being active, working out, exercising for the last 24 years. And like I was just saying, I wish I had time to do a bit more because when I went up, I was telling one of the friends that I went with that I'm at a point where I cannot sit back because my body is so much used to being active that I can't sit back and just relax. I have to keep doing what I do. Visiting the nature, which is what I mostly do on Saturdays, going to the forests. By doing what we are doing, and I'm proud to be associated with GBFA because I'm a pioneer of GBFA. And this is a very good experience, and what we can do is mentor our children and talk to as many people as possible. We still have people who don't believe in this. You tell someone that you're adopting trees and they're wondering what you're talking about. So what we can do is that we make sure that we talk about what we are doing, we spread the word, we build a community. Actually, for me, I would love to build a community of tree growers, a community of people who embrace this so that we can have it. And also our children can follow what we are doing, and then they can also pick it up from there and do the same. And then we can have a whole green place so that we don't go to some places where you go and find that there are no trees at all. And actually what I've realized is a lot of people will plant trees. Like I have in Kitengela, for example, because I have interests in Kitengela, you find that the place, people are trying to build, to plant trees. But what happens is they are planting, but they are not nurturing the trees. They are not watering them because the place is dry. So the will is there, but we need to sensitize people and talk more about how we can do this. How you can actually nurture the tree. There's the growing, but you have to nurture it. You have to water it so that we have a green environment. I'm impressed because when I joined GBFA, we just, Mr. Bedan just told us about this project and how he's starting. But seeing it actually, because you know when you're told about something, it's hard to believe. You know, sometimes we get to be doubting Thomases. But seeing actually what, look at this place. This is not what I was expecting. I was expecting a dry place with no trees, but this is very encouraging. I feel that I want to be more and more part of this and invite as many people as possible with this experience, with the photos that we've taken. Now we can actually kind of talk to people, like market this, because we want to build a community. I'm interested in building a community, and I'm proud to be a pioneer that will be talking about this in so many years to come, and even our kids will be talking about it, because like now, I've already told my grown sons about what I'm doing. So I would want them to embrace this.
I'm inviting every citizen to wake up and join us, Green Blue Foundation Africa, because unless we as citizens, all of us act to save our motherland and our planet, there isn't much we can achieve. Secondly, I want to invite the corporates, the corporates in this country, if we all have a portion where you can plant trees together with us, then that will go a long way. I'm also inviting those who are in the NGOs world, that even without the money flowing from the donors, your networks, we can join up together and make a difference. And I'm also inviting all the churches to remember that we were given a mandate, that we as stewards of the world we were given, which God looked at and said it was good, but now we have destroyed. Probably Jesus is weeping like he wept when he looked at the future destruction of Jerusalem. So together with even other members of our other religious groups, sects, we are inviting you to make it your practice and to make it your theology to do something about this environment. Together we can make a change, a little step, a square meter at a time, and we can make a change. Stretch your hands, we join together. Let's start now.